So going back to your story, so paano at age 30, anong ginawa mong steps para sabihin mong, okay, I'm going to learn. Ano yung, kasi people also at the same situation na realize, I don't think this is the right situation ulit. Anong ginawa mo?
The first thing, kasi, money problems are mind problems. We know that. So, I had to deal with the mind. I had to deal with my beliefs. Yung beliefs ko na mahirap lang ako, misyonaryo ako, so dapat mahirap. If I love the poor, I should be poor. Yung mga ganong klaseng, kailangan tanggalin ko. I realized I was loving the poor, kaibigan ko sila, pag may problema sila, nakikiramay ako. But after all these years, did I lift them up from their poverty? Hindi. Bakit? Kasi ako, di ko rin alam how to do it. Yung mga pag they ask for prayers about financial problems, pinagdadasal ko sila, pero I have no advice to give. I have nothing, no solutions because I knew zero. And so, mindset change muna. What are the wrong beliefs that I have about money? What does God really say about it? Ito ba talaga? Parang mali. So there was a slow transformation of my beliefs.
Okay.
So that had to happen. And how did that happen? So prayer, studying, reading God's word, talking to people whose mindset is totally different from mine.
Yeah. So let's talk muna siguro before talking to people, yung reading the word. When you read the word, kasi iba yung perspective mo during the time when you had a vow of poverty na I want to be poor.
Yeah.
Siyempre, yung mga binabasa mo, yung mga verses na align doon.
Yes.
So, what verses nang talagang parang sinasabi, I think may ibang plan si Lord na para sa buhay namin? Anong particular verse?
So there were a lot of Old Testament verses that had a very positive view towards material blessings, But it was always consistent, God has given us the power to create.
Ability to produce wealth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yung one verse lang na ganun, parang, nandito pala yun. And then in the book of Proverbs about working hard.
Yes.
Di ba? So parang, meron pala about industry, about discipline. And then you've got, in the New Testament, you've got Jesus really saying, but it's the Old Testament naman warns us. It warns us that, don't make money your Lord. You cannot serve two masters.
Yes.
So it was also, it's clear. And yet, you find people who were wealthy who follow the Lord.
Yes.
From Nicodemus and then Joseph of Arimathea. Mga mayayaman yun. And you've got Zacchaeus, for example. So, there was this call to a young man na mayaman daw. Tapos Jesus said, leave everything. Leave everything. And hindi niya magawa. But Zacchaeus, he was called by God. Tapos ang sagot ni Zacchaeus, I will give half of my belongings. Kasi nang daya siya. And hindi niya binigay lahat. So it opened my eyes na I think the vow of poverty is a very special, unique call.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. Kasi imagine if all the entrepreneurs in the world will do that. Wala tayong mga negosyo who will produce the services and the products that the world needs. No? So, hindi. I became more realistic, more practical that pag binangga mo yung beliefs ko sa mundo, sa realidad, baka mali itong mga beliefs ko. I had to adjust that God's call for the general public is to really say, Lord, I'm going to prosper the work of my hands. So that you can use what I have for you and for your plans.
Grabe. So you start reading and then next yung tao naman.
Yeah, I started meeting people and started reading books also of people who love the Lord and who believe that you can be a successful investor, entrepreneur. So it was slow, but it happened. I got married at the age of 32.
Wow.
And then we lived in an apartment, rented 2,500 pesos a month.
May mga gamit ba? Wala pa?
Dahan-dahan. And then I remember having dates with my wife. Commitment natin yan, di ba, Chinky? Once a week, kailangan may dates sa misis. And minsan may pera, minsan wala. And we were happy. Comfortable simplicity, comfortable life. Some people will look at our life and say, ay, I'm poor. Pero kami, masaya na kami. We loved each other, we loved the Lord. And then the first baby came.
After how many years?
So after 2 years, the first baby came. And pero sumusubok na ako magnegosyo noon. Oo, and it failed. And then I tried again.
Anong first business?
So I remember I would try food stands. So karaniwan yan, di ba? Parang gusto ko magnegosyo, food stand, Nag-fail. isa pa nag-fail, isa pa nag-fail. So I had a number of failures. But little by little, you know, nagwo-work yung isa, and then I started learning how to invest. And that was a game changer na kailangan pala, as you would always say, you know, kailangan mag-ipon, kailangan mag-invest. Maski gaano kaliit.
Yes.
And maski gaano kaliit yung kita ko, I would keep on investing. So I guess the rest is history because the businesses grew, the investments grew. I did not stop investing. And so I'm experiencing now a life that people around me will say, wow, si Brother Bo, financially successful na, financially free na. And pero if you look at my lifestyle, it's still, you know, I live a simple life. I've a functional car that brings me from point A to point B. My house has remained small all these years, all these decades. I'm very grateful after 27 years of married life.
Okay.
We're finally building a bigger house this year. Again, it's not for us. Alam mo naman, Chinky, pag nasa ministry ka, ang daming bisita.
Tama,
At
tama.
daming small groups na
Tama.
gustong pumunta doon. And then my kids, they have friends in the youth ministry na lagi na sa bahay. So that's the only reason why we want to have a bigger house.
Yeah.
And that's why we're building it now this year. But we've remained happy, simple, and blessed.
Alam mo, Brother Bo, at saka mga kikinig, habang pinapakinggan ko si Brother Bo, parang kaming, again, we live in a parallel universe. Got married at the age of 32. I got married at the age of 33.
Oh my gosh.
We had our first baby after 2 years. You had your baby after 2 years. Tapos, iba yung habang kinikwento mo, sabi ko, Lord, this is the first time that I'm hearing, and it's very, surreal.
And we have almost the same age.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm 60, you're 59.
yes, and although mukhang mas bata ng konti.
wala sa looks yan. Pero grabe talaga. I'm really so blessed. Honestly, you have touched so many lives and you are a source of inspiration to many and also to me.
Thank you.
Yung gusto ko lang makita siguro right now, before we go into yung progression mo, syempre, yung how did your life become more comfortable and everything. Yun yung kinikwento mo you still live a simple life up to this very day. Ganun din. I'm sure, like for example, yung mga damit mo, paano pala, and pants mo, I think pareho pa rin.
Yes. Well, umangat ng konti when yung mga anak ko lumaki na, tapos nagkaroon ng fashion sense. Ako, zero fashion senses. Yung mga anak ko, sila na nagsasabing, Dad naman, wag yung pantalon na yan. You know? We will buy for you.
Parang, bakit ganun, no? Parang tayo, okay lang.
T-shirt,
may
di ba?
limit ka ba sa price ng pants mo?
Yes, absolutely.
Ano yung limit mo?
Dati?
Oo.
2,000. Tapos
Ako
na.
pareho
Oo.
sapatos.
5,000. Okay na, di ba?
Oo. Alam mo, weird talaga to. Sa pants kasi, ganun din ako.
Oo.
Not more than 2K. As a matter of fact, nakakita ako sa TikTok, Brother Bo, stretchable.
Oo.
Yung pants ko
Yeah.
ngayon, 250. Belt ko, 175, Daiso. Socks ko, socks. 1 dozen, 120 pesos.
That's amazing.
Hindi, parang, ako sa akin lang, ang perception ko, I'm sure, basta may masuot.
Oo. Hindi, tsaka masaya tayo pag may, ang mura
Bargain.
nito, di ba?
Bargain.
Tapos, iyayabang pa natin. Sasabihin ko sa wife ko, sweetheart, ang sarap bumili nito, tapos ang mura, tapos isusuot ko hanggang forever kasi wala naman, okay lang sa atin eh.
Alam mo, nakakatuwa talaga na, yun nga, hindi tayo nag-uusap, minsan na tayo mag-uusap, and we share same values. Pero this is the strange part. And I am sure, sobrang matipid ka sa sarili mo. Pero pagdating sa iba,
Yun ang reklamo ng misis ko sa amin. She would always say that, you know. Ikaw, ang tipid mo sa sarili mo. Pero sa ibang tao, you're so generous. Sabi ko, wala na akong magawa dyan. Joy natin yun eh.
yeah.
Di ba?
Parang minsan nga, parang Brother Bo, pasensya na kayo ha. I know this is an interview, but I cannot just contain to share lang sometimes na when God tells us to help someone and to bless someone. Parang Lord, hindi ko pa nagagastos to sa sarili ko sa tanang buhay ko.
Yes.
And right now, you're telling me
Yeah.
to share.
Yeah.
Kasi I'm sure you know also the purpose of blessing. Brother Bo, can you please share with people what's the purpose of blessing?
I believe that the purpose of blessing is to bless others. Simple lang. May same word, so madaling tandaan.
Yeah. Grabe talaga, no? Alam mo, nakakatuwa ka talaga. Dapat gumawa na tayo ng community ng mga kuripot at marurunong. Actually, it's being responsible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you draw that Sige, help us to understand yung concept about money. Marami kasing mga Pilipino ayaw pag-usapan ng pera.
Yeah.
Because ang concept nila,
Yeah.
money is the root of all evil.
Yes.
Pero ano
yeah.
ba yung talagang tamang
Yeah.
biblical point ng
Yeah.
tungkol sa pera?
Yeah, so the actual verse is the love of money
Yes.
is the root of all evil. So what is greed? Greed is when you have an inordinate desire for money and for material things. It's an over-dependence. Yung saan ako magiging masaya dito sa pera at sa material na bagay. Talaga? Hindi naman eh. But yun ang panloloko ng greed. Greed, I want more kasi doon manggagaling yung joy ko at buhay ko. Which is there, it's the love of, yun ang ibig sabihin ng love of money. Over-dependence on material things for your happiness.
Pero alam mo, this is the strange part and the revelation that God has given me, Brother Bo. Permission na to share, no?
Yeah.
Alam mo ba yung the spirit of greed, the spirit of poverty, their cousins, magpinsang buo. Kasi sinasabi ng yung parang when you make money, 'di ba? After making so much money, you can say I want more.
Yes.
And the poor, 'di ba, yung mga walang-wala talaga would say after they make some money, I don't have enough.
Yes. Yes.
Kulang.
Kulang. That's right.
So kung titignan mo talaga,
Yeah.
yun nga kanina yung analogy natin
Yeah.
about mayabang na mayabang din yung wala. 'Di ba? Ganun din siya.
Exactly.
Kaya
There's this I'm while you were talking, I remember there was this study done 2010 by social scientist Daniel Kahneman. Very interesting. Kasi sinasabi natin, does money buy happiness? And so there's a yes and there's a no.
Yes, of
diba?
course.
And so si Daniel Kahneman, research niya, 550,000 individuals yung kanyang pinag-aralan. Massive study yan. Ang ganda ng resulta. Sinabi niya, money buys happiness. Pag wala kang pagkain sa lamesa, biglang may pera ka pambili, happy yan. Wala kang matutulugan, wala kang pang-repair ng bubong kasi tumutulo. Tapos nagkaroon ka ng pera, money buys happiness. Pero sa pag-aaral niya, sa interviews niya at mga studies na ginawa niya, hanggang at a certain comfortable level. So, nung 2010, ang figures, sa States to ginawa so we have no Philippine figures to. Umabot sa mga parang $70,000 a year. Pag umabot ka daw doon. So, below that, money buys happiness. Pero pag komportable ka na sa buhay mo, money does not buy happiness anymore. After that, maski dumoble pa, triple, 5 times, 10 times more ang pera, more money, more happiness. More money, more happiness. More money, more happiness, hanggang sa isang level lang. After that level, more money, more money, more money, more money. Your happiness should come from somewhere else.